Hello, welcome to first semester online Algebra 1. I'm your teacher, Mrs. Cecil. I know this has been a crazy time with the COVID-19 pandemic, but I really hope, despite everything, that this course is a good experience for you. Hopefully you are a little bit used to the virtual learning and doing stuff on Schoology, but do not hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions, if you're not sure where something is, or you're having any trouble with the class, or if you get sick or something like that, please let me know so I can make sure that you have what you need, or I can give you extensions if needed. Okay, so I just want to take a minute and walk through the course for a little bit. So when you log in, yours will look a little bit different. So when you come in, it could look like this. But then go to courses, and you want to go to our class. Now this is the teacher view and not the student view, so yours, you won't have quite as many buttons, but it should look something similar to this. And I actually clicked on the wrong one, of course. Okay, there we go. So the first thing you want to do is click on this folder. You're watching the video, which would show up above the quiz, and as soon as you're done with the video, take this quiz. It's easy, test points. You can take it as many times as you need, and it's just questions like about the video. You also need to do this academic honesty agreement to show to state that this is going to be done on your own, using only you and your own resources, but not a friend or photomath or anything like that. Okay. So we'll take care of that stuff first, and then you can proceed and go to the next folder, course information, and it does say must complete because you do have to view it. So here is my email address. Email me if you have any questions. That's probably the best way because the voicemail goes to my school phone, so that would come through to my email anyway, so you might as well just email me. Alright. So the first thing is the calendar. So I have it linked several places, but this here is one place. This tells you all the assignments and when they're due. So if you open it up, we'll talk through it. So if you notice, we have this orientation quiz and academic honesty agreement here that this needs to be completed. And then our first assignment, though, is June 2nd. And as you look through, there's several things due on the same day. So pay attention to that. It's not just one item per day. We wouldn't get through it if that were the case. But they're fairly short. It's not like a whole lesson that you would get in class. They're more like 10-minute lessons, and then you do an assignment. So pay attention to these. Note here at the very end that there's not going to be a final, but there is a final project that you'll submit through Schoology. Okay? And these due dates, you can always work ahead. So say you have a vacation in the middle of June and you don't want to have to do work, so you want to do all of Unit 2 ahead of time, that is completely fine. The whole thing is open except for the final project. I haven't posted that yet, but everything else is there for you. You can get it complete. I'll be posting the final project soon, so again, if you had something coming up and you want to do it early, that's fine. The only thing is they have to be done in order, so you have to complete everything in order, and your reviews have a stipulation too, which we'll talk about here in just a second. Okay, so it goes through May 29th through July 3rd. No final, just a final project. And that project, as you see here, is 5% of your grade. Okay, we're going to do 5 units. Late work policy. So you must follow the calendar, but I can be lenient if you communicate with me. So let me know if you fall behind or something comes up and you're not going to be able to get an assignment done. Just let me know, because I understand. It's summer, you have things planned, or you get sick, something like that. So just let me know. And I am usually pretty gracious about late work. I'll take it most of the time for full credit. But if it continues to be an issue, a late penalty could be given. All right, so if you need help, email me. Be specific. Say, I need help with number 5 on Unit 4, Lesson 1. So I can look at that exact question and then tell me what it is you're struggling with. If it's helpful, take a screenshot or take a picture of your work and send that to me if you need to explain where it is that you need help. I will also host review sessions before tests in a Google Meet. So if you want to ask me any questions you have over your review before you take your test, and then we can kind of talk face-to-face virtually through Google Meet. Okay, then expectations. You have to check your email every day. This is the only way I have to communicate with you, so it's very important that you do that. If, let's say you skipped something, or I didn't see something submitted, or there's just things that I need to talk to you about, I will send you an email. So you do need to be checking. The assignment calendar again is here. So there are 2 to 5 items due Monday through Thursday. So you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Now you definitely can work ahead on those days, but nothing due on those days. I know a lot of people take long weekend trips over the summer, so I tried to make it easy and just go Monday through Thursday. And so it should take you about 5 to 7 hours per week on this course. So 1 to 2 hours a day, but that should be it if you are diligent. You can do assignments and reviews an unlimited number of times. So if you don't do well the first time, go back and redo it. If you have a question about something you missed, email me. Again, my late work policy is here, so they could occur if you frequently turn in late items. Work out the problems. So on notes and homework, work out the problems. Don't just guess. Take notes. Work out the examples. It's a video, so you can pause and rewind, which is nice. You know, you don't get that chance in class to pause your teacher, so take the time to do that. And just because they're multiple choice questions, some of them, doesn't mean you don't need to work out the problems. Take the time, work them out, because there are distractor answers. So where you would just typically make a guess, that could be one of the answers. So if you want to do well, work them out. Okay? So on the assignments, watch the mini lesson video first. There's 5 questions. You can do them an unlimited number of times. Quizzes. There's 1 to 2 quizzes per unit. It'll count towards your test grade. They're fill in the blank, 5 points each, and they must be done in one setting, so that means don't close out. So don't close out thinking you can go back and finish later because you're going to go eat dinner or something like that. You do need to finish it at one time. If for some reason it kicks you out because your internet has an issue, let me know. I will reopen it, and sometimes I just have to delete it and you have to start it over. So write your questions down, or at least your answers to the questions. So if that does happen, then you don't have to rework everything again. You get 2 attempts on the quizzes. So test points, but 2 attempts. So if you don't do well the first time, go back and do it again. There will be a review before every test. You can do these an unlimited number of times, but for tests to open, you have to get a 75% on the review. So sometimes you have to redo these because you can't do your test until you get that at least a 75% on the review. Tests won't open until you have all the assignments, quizzes, and reviews done because you have to go in order. And then again, you have to have that 75% on the review. Just like quizzes, you can only do them in one setting, so don't close out. Tests are the only thing that you get only 1 attempt for. So make sure you're prepared before you start it. And then there will be a final project at the end due July 1st. It's 5% of your grade. And you will submit your work as well. So I'll have a way for you to show that work as well. Okay, so let's just look in a folder and then I think we'll be good to go. So Unit 1 would be the first one. And so here's the assignment. So when you click on the assignment, I go to preview here for you. So it's going to look like this, but here's the video. So you can show it full screen, but you're going to watch the video and then hit Start New Attempt. Okay, so that's how all of these assignments will work. You should also see in here Quiz 1, Quiz 2, And then down here is the review and test. So this is pretty much how all of the units look. I do want to point out, and I'll show you here on the assignment sheet. So if we look at Unit 4, you have this Desmos exploration. So there is a Desmos activity that you're going to complete. So I'll show you that real quick. That's in Unit 4. Right here. And so it's not going to show up on the side of your screen like the other assignments do, because since it's just a page, I was not able to assign it a due date in Schoology. It is due June 22nd, so I will be checking through Desmos that you've completed it by this time. So the only way to get to it is through the Unit 4 folder. So what I mean is it is not going to show up over here on the right hand side where all your other ones will, because I was not able to give it a due date in Schoology. So what you're going to do for the Desmos activity, you click on this link, student.desmos.com, and then I think it'll give you an option if you want to use your Google to log in, and that's what you want to click if it does make you log in. And then, because that Google login is the same as your school login, and then you have this code to enter. So you want to make sure you complete the activity. I will monitor that through Desmos. If you have questions, because I don't know how familiar, some of you might not be very familiar with Desmos, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to be walking through some equations of lines, basically, to get them to match up. It's a little Mario game with the lines. You have to get Mario to collect the coins by going on the right path. It's not too long, so you want to make sure you do that by June 22nd. Okay, then some just basic Schoology things. Up here is your calendar, so you can click on that, and then you should see, and it's not going to show it for me right now, I don't think, because I don't have them. I don't have this class linked on my calendar right now. But you should see when things are due here in your boxes. Well, not until they start, so maybe that's why it's not showing. No, so I actually have to go here and click which things and you can do this too if you want just certain things to show up. Is this it? There we go. Okay, so this is what yours will look like as well. So you see when everything's due. This kind of gives you just a calendar screenshot of it all. The only thing, again, not on here, would be our project, which is going to be due right here, July 1st. And then that Desmos activity, which is here. So I can actually add that, Desmos activity. There we go. So then you should see that as well. And then last thing, if you have not turned on notifications, which I think you probably have from the spring, but if you have not, then you can go here, settings, go to your name, settings, notifications, and then make sure that you turn these updates on, because I will also send an update weekly, just kind of what our week is like. You can also click this, send notifications to your phone, so you know when I have posted a course update. You can get an update via text. So, okay, I think that is it. But please don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions. Back to our course, and okay, yeah, so I think we got through everything that we needed to. Good luck.